Difference Studio. Pick up your brush today.
Welcome to the Ink Difference Studio. This is Fiona. I would like to also welcome you to our Chinese calligraphy course, a captivating journey into one of the most ancient and respected forms of artistic expression. Chinese calligraphy is not just an art. It is profound cultural heritage, recognized globally for its artistic and historical value. This course will offer you an opportunity to delve into the elegance and depth of Chinese calligraphy, exploring its unique blend of written language and visual art. But this is not all. Chinese calligraphy is renowned for its therapeutic benefits, enhancing calmness, reducing stress, and improving mindfulness through the rhythmic motion in brush movements. These benefits make it not only a cultural exploration, but also a practice in mindfulness and personal tranquility. Our course will feature the classic Chinese text, the 1,000-character classic, 千字文. This text is not only a cornerstone for Chinese calligraphy training, but also a rich source of history and philosophy, making it perfect for both beginners and seasoned enthusiasts. The 千字文, translated as the 1,000-character classic, is a unique Chinese poem used as the premier for teaching Chinese characters to children. It is renowned for its ingenious composition, wherein none of its 1,000 characters are repeated. Composed by Zhou Xingsi during the Southern and Northern Dynasty, around the 6th century, the text is not just a linguistic tool, but also a collection of moral and philosophical teachings. The 1,000-character classic has been used traditionally in Confucian teaching, providing a fundamental literacy resource that also encapsulates essential elements of Chinese culture and wisdom. Each line consists of 4 characters, with the lines grouped into sections for easier memorization. The content covers a wide range of topics, from the basics of the cosmos and the natural world to the principles of human conduct as the fundamental of statecraft. This text not only helps in learning Chinese characters, but also in appreciating the depth and breadth of Chinese literary tradition and cultural values. It has been an important educational text in China and other Eastern Asian countries, influenced by classical Chinese culture. Join us as we trace the strokes of history and artistry in our journey. Whether you're looking to broaden your artistic skills or immerse yourself in cultural heritage, this course promises to be both educational and enriching. Also, do not forget to follow this channel for our regular course updates. In our first session, you will find a more detailed explanation of the required material. Please refer to that for additional information. If you're in need of art supplies, feel free to visit my shop. I personally curate each product with care, ensuring that they meet high-quality standards. Rest assured, I only endorse the items that I wholeheartedly stand behind, drawing from my extensive art training and experiences since the age of 5. So, if you require such supplies, please consider supporting me. With your help, I will be able to create more comprehensive and improved courses in the future. You can find the shop link in the description below. Today, we're going to continue with the learning and writing of the 1,000-character classic. What are the new characters of today? Let's go find out. 日 primarily means sun, and by extension, day, since a day is defined by the cycle of the sun. It can also represent concepts related to time, such as days of the week, dates, or daytime. The oracle bone script of 日 was a pictograph resembling a circular shape with a dot or line in the center, representing the sun with a central point indicating its brightness. Some say that the dot or line is to distinguish it from anything empty, such as mouth, 口. In the seal script, the character sun transformed into a more rectangular shape
with a central line or dot. The outer circle was replaced by a square, reflecting a move towards more abstract and standardized form. The change of shape may have to do with the easiness of engraving. This is a stand-alone character, and it is seen very often as the radical that represents the sun or time. The character yue primarily means moon and is also used to represent the concept of month, since the traditional Chinese calendar is based on lunar cycles. The earliest form of yue in oracle bone script was a simple pictograph representing the crescent moon. The shape was more curved and represented the moon's crescent form, often with additional lines to indicate light or the moon's phases. It was used to denote the moon and, by extension, the passage of time in months. In bronze inscriptions, the character became more stylized and abstract, though it retained its resemblance to a crescent moon. The pictorial elements were simplified but still clearly represented the moon. During the Qin dynasty, the seal script formalized the character into a more standardized and uniform shape. The curved lines of the pictograph were straightened and more regular, resembling the moon character more closely. The regular script, which is still in use today, fully standardized the form of yue. This is a stand-alone character, and we will write it from the left side. The character ying means to be full, to overflow, or to be filled to the brim. It conveys the idea of abundance and completeness. The earliest form of ying in oracle bone script was a combination of several elements, often incorporating parts that symbolized water and containers to indicate fullness or overflowing. The exact oracle bone script form of ying is complex and not completely found, but it would have been composed of simpler pictographs. It was used to denote fullness, such as a vessel filled with liquid. In bronze script, the character became more stylized and structured. The elements started to emerge into a more recognizable character. During the Qin dynasty, the seal script further standardized the character. Ying took a more elongated and formal shape. The components of the character were arranged in a more symmetrical and balanced manner, making it easier to recognize. The character included a container element at the bottom, which symbolizes fullness. In the regular script, developed in the Tang Dynasty and still in use today, fully standardized the character ying. It consists of the radical for dish at the bottom. The radical implies a container that is so full it moves or overflows. This character is used in modern Chinese writing to convey the idea of fullness or abundance. This character therefore has a top-bottom structure. The character 仄 means to decline or to slant, particularly referring to the sun as it begins to set or the shadows lengthening as the day progresses. The character 仄 is often associated with the passage of time and the natural cycle of the day. It appears in various contexts, such as literature and idioms, to describe the evening time or the decline of something, symbolizing the inevitable progression towards the end. The top of the character has 日, which is the radical for the sun, representing the time of the day. At the bottom, there is the phonetic component. The oracle bone script for 仄 is not completely found, but it would likely have been composed of basic pictographic elements representing the sun and an indication of its position or movement. During the Qin dynasty, the seal script further standardized the character 仄. The character was elongated and more balanced, with the sun radical clearly depicted and additional elements indicating the concept of decline. The regular script fully standardized the character 仄. It consists of the sun radical on the top, combined with the phonetic component 仄 on the bottom. Therefore, this is a top-bottom structured character. Therefore, we have 日 means the sun, 月 the moon, 盈 to wax, to be full, 仄 to wane, to decline. In this context, 盈 refers to the waxing or becoming full, and 仄 refers to the waning or declining. The phrase poetically describes the natural cycle of the sun and moon, highlighting the continuous and cyclical nature of time and celestial movements. Now let's explore how these characters are written in 3 scripts. I will start by practicing with you on the water writing cloth, and then I will demonstrate using ink and rice paper. Right now we have the water writing cloth, and I am using a mixed hairbrush to write, and of course I'm using water. To write the character sun, we draw a circle and we fill in the middle. The seal script moon can be made a little prettier with a little bit of a twist at the end. When writing the character 盈, we can almost completely imagine having a container with so many things on top of it. And as you write, this should be something that goes through your mind as well. And for the character of 仄, we will first of all see the sun radical on top, and perhaps the other side is a person. That's what I imagine. Now I'm writing with ink on the same brush on rice paper, which is raw rice paper. The regular script, of course, will mean everything is more regular, and we shall follow the exact rules for the regular script. The running script can mean more changes, and there is no exact clear cut between the regular script and the cursive script. So the running script, which is known as the semi-cursive script, can be seen somewhere in between, and that means the writings can change a little bit, even though the rules stay the same.
As we wrap up our session, I hope you found it enjoyable and insightful. If you have any questions, comments, or simply want to share your thoughts, don't hesitate to leave me a message. If you find this session informative, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on our future sessions. Discover, learn, and create with us as we bring the best of Chinese culture to the world. Join us at Ink Difference Studio, where art meets heritage. Thank you so much for joining us, and until next time.
For more information, check us out at inkdifferentstudio.com.